halftime here at Piper Stadium on the campus of Denison University, Granville, Ohio. Case Western Reserve and the Denison Big Red in the locker room. Case leading 31-7 over the Big Red. Case opened the scoring at 11:40 of the first quarter. Sam Coffey had a 37-yard field goal, his longest of the season. It was Case opening drive of the football game, and the Spartans had taken a 3-0 lead just 3 minutes and 20 seconds into the football game. Case would extend that lead to 10-0 on a 2-yard Corey Checken touchdown run with 6:44 to play in the first quarter. Denison then would come to life. The next 10 or 12 minutes of play, the Big Red showed that they had some moxie, came out, and Lucas Graham caught an 11-yard touchdown pass from Nick Stevens. It capped an 11-play, 77-yard drive for the Big Red that took just under 6 minutes. And with that, the Denison Big Red had pulled within 3 at 10-7. But then Case exploded in the second quarter. 3 Dan Whalen to Sean Nicely touchdown passes in a span of 9 minutes. And the Spartans had pushed their lead back out to 31-7. Nicely caught 2 7-yard touchdown passes, and that was sandwiched around a 13-yard pass from Whalen to Nicely at the 6:36 mark of the second quarter. Individually for the Spartans, or check that, let's look at some team stats. First and foremost, Case with 120 yards rushing on the evening, 241 yards passing, for a total of 363 yards in total offense on 47 plays. With the Denison Big Red, they have 44 yards rushing, 115 yards passing, for a total of 159 yards in total offense on 32 plays. Case has yet to punt tonight. Denison has 2 punts on the evening. Case has 5 penalties that totaled 44 yards. Denison 3 penalties, 33 yards. Case has just a 2.5-minute advantage in time of possession. They are 16 minutes and 11 seconds to 13 minutes and 49 seconds for the Denison Big Red. Third down conversion's a big stat tonight. The Case defense has not allowed Denison to convert on third down. Case, on the other hand, offensively converting 4 of 6 opportunities. And the red zone tonight, Case 5 trips into the red zone, 5 scores for the Spartans. For Denison, 1 of 2 in the red zone. That was an area of concern for the Spartans coming in. They had only converted 74% of their trips to the red zone into points, and had only converted 11 of 19 of those trips into touchdowns tonight. 5 trips, 4 touchdowns, and a field goal for the Spartans. Offensively, Case has been led by Dan Whalen, 19 of 27 on the evening, 241 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Sean Nicely has 4 of those catches. 3 have gone for touchdowns. He's totaled 34 yards on the evening. Ryan Colasar leads the team in yardage, 77 yards receiving on 3 catches. Tim Cowdrick has 3 catches as well. He has 45 yards. And Corey Checken, 29 yards receiving on 2 receptions for the senior fullback. Running the football for the Spartans, 47 yards rushing for Greg Meyer. Bill Deitman just behind him, 41 yards on 3 carries, averaging just under 14 yards per carry is the junior from Mentor. Corey Checken, 5 carries, 16 yards, and Cowdrick, with a couple of reverses tonight, has 14 yards on the evening. Tackle-wise, if you look at the defense for the Spartans, Lee Sasala with 7 total tackles, and Greg Kingscott has 6 for Case Western. So we're about to get the second half started here from Granville, Ohio, in the campus of Denison University, and we'll bring back in the voice of Case Western Reserve University football, Dave Wilson.
Well, Ed, I tell you look at the halftime stats that you just went over, and you have Greg Meyer both catching and rushing the football very effectively, and we talked with him at halftime and got some of his thoughts on this early season success for the Spartans. And boy, he has come out tonight, surpassed the 1,000-yard rushing mark for his career. Just a terrific young man and for future football coach. He wants to stay in the game and has gotten some great experience over the past couple of summers with some internships at Division I programs, and it's just great to see a guy like him with some success on the field.
Well, Greg Meyer also is a writer, a sports writer for the student newspaper on campus as well. So Meyer trying to get well-rounded in the sports industry as possible.
Case will kick off to begin the third quarter, and we are underway in the second half. A very short kick. That one lands in no man's land at the 25-yard line. Bounces over near the sidelines. It looks like a late hit coming up against Case on the coverage after it was recovered by Denison. And the Spartans were looking to drop it in there to that little area with the upbacks, Ed, and try to beat Denison to the football, but a late hit is going to mark off 15 yards.
Well, that was the play I was expecting earlier in the football game when they were kicking from the 45. Instead, they try it here, and Greg Debelik not happy with the call. He's been in the official's ear since the flag came out.
And I'm not sure who they got on the penalty, but we did see a couple of bodies flying in late. They will mark it all the way up to the 44-yard line. So a 15-yard penalty puts Denison in good field position to start the second half. Nick Fisher is still at quarterback, the freshman, and he fires it to midfield, and the ball is caught out there by Brandon Taylor. And he picks up 6 yards, 2nd down and 4 for Denison. Case up 31-7. If you've joined us late, Sean Nicely with 3 touchdown receptions. Dan Whalen throwing for 290 yards. I might have that wrong as I grab my stat sheet.
247 yards for Whalen.
247 on those 3 touchdown passes brings him now to 18 touchdown passes on the season. Nick Krimpaski gets the handoff from Fisher and hits the middle and is tripped up right at the 49-yard line. 14:06 to play in the third quarter. We're just underway in the second half. They will drop out Taylor wide to the left. Lucas Graham wide to the right. Graham caught a touchdown pass in the first quarter for the only score of the night for Denison. Fisher with the eye in the backfield will roll to his left. Now he tries to reverse direction. He's in trouble and he will go down. Spartans bring down Nick Fisher. Nick Stevens, pardon me. I knew that didn't sound right. Ed, thank you very much. Rich Doolin in there on the defensive coverage for the Spartans as they caught up to Stevens very quickly as he rolled out to the left. And once he tried to reverse direction, he was surrounded.
Yeah, the offensive line broke down for Denison one of the few times tonight.
And the high snap on the punt goes all the way back to the 12-yard line. And they fall on it there. And the Spartans will take over at the Denison 12-yard line following the mishap on the snap. Going back to fall on it was their punter, Matt Ring, and he had no chance to pick it up and kick it away as that ball went sailing way over his head.
And they were working on the sideline with the long snapper. I think that's James Hall is the long snapper, the wide receiver, and he just airmailed it. And Case starts in the red zone against the Denison Big Red.
So not the way Nick Fletcher wanted to see this second half begin. His team down 31-7. And now Case with the football at the Denison 12-yard line. Dan Whalen will step back, quick timing route to the corner of the end zone, looking for Homick, and he makes the catch. It's a touchdown, Spartans. One play on the drive and a 12-yard touchdown pass from Whalen to Zach Homick.
Tyler Lambert was on coverage, and Lambert came up looking for the flag. He thought Homick pushed off to create the separation. But Lambert really didn't look around for the football until the last minute. And I think he actually bumped into Homick as Zach put his arms out to make the catch.
Sam Coffey is on to attempt the extra point. Colasar with the hold. The kick is on its way, and the extra point is good for Sam Coffey. And the Spartans lead it by a score of 38-7 here with 12:55 to go in quarter number 3. We'll step away for a 30-second timeout. Back after this on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Congratulations on landing the job. I'm really excited for you.
Thanks. How's your search going?
Job market's tight. I mean, I can barely get an interview, and I've got student loans to deal with. You're lucky, you know? The National Guard paid your loans off.
Luck, the Guard was a smart decision, one you can still make.
The National Guard Student Loan Repayment Program can pay up to $50,000 of your existing student loans. Get the details at nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Ohio National Guard. Aired by the Ohio Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Hi, it's Hugh Hewitt. When your liberal friends tell you how wonderful the British healthcare system is or how gun control will prevent violence, how do you come up with an answer? The best way, besides
this
listening
is
to
Case
radio.
Western Reserve Football on News Talk 1420 WHK.
Zach Holmick with the touchdown catch for the Spartans, his fourth of the season. And Dan Whalen now with 4 touchdown throws in this game, 38-7. Kickoff deep back to the 11-yard line. Be returned by the Denison Big Red out across the 20. Carried back by Fiorini. And Fiorini gets to the 24-yard line before he's taken down by the Spartans, and 12:50 to go in the third quarter. Dan Whalen putting another aerial show on tonight. He had 6 touchdown passes against Oberlin. That's a career high. He has 4 tonight.
20 of 28 on the evening, 4 touchdowns and an interception, 254 yards passing. Case averaging over 350 yards per game through the air.
12:50 to go third quarter. Nick Stevens, the 6-foot freshman, making his first collegiate start tonight for the Denison Big Red. They will hand this one up the middle to Krimpaski. And Ed, right up the middle, he gains good yardage out to the 35-yard line. An 11-yard pickup. That's the play that has worked for the Big Red tonight. And for whatever reason, whether it was an injury or some other issue, they went away from that after the first quarter.
Well, and nothing tricky about it either. It's not a pulling guard. It's not a trap. It's not the old Washington Redskin counter tray play. It's straight ahead zone blocking. Krimpaski starting 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage, getting a full head of steam, and just looking for a crease and exploding through.
They will hand it to him again. He runs into his own blocker here, bounces off, and still gets an extra yard as he approaches the 40-yard line. Picked up 2 on the play. They'll be looking at a second down here and about 8. Brad Paramore was in on the tackle for the Spartans. Second down now for the Big Red. 38-7. Case leading it by 31 points. Dan Whalen with 4 touchdown passes. Corey Checken with a touchdown run tonight, his first of the season. Sam Coffey with his longest field goal of the year as well. This one is toward the sideline as Stevens was looking for Jeff Cochran, junior wideout out of Massillon, Ohio. And it is incomplete. Third down coming up.
Seth Hodge, a junior right tackle, is in the football game. Kevin Drake, the starting right tackle, the junior, on the sideline getting his left knee taped. Standing there now holding his helmet. Doesn't look like he's in any hurry to get back in the football game. So Seth Hodge has taken over at right tackle for the Denison Big Red.
11:41 to go, third quarter. Crowd very quiet right now as they've seen the Big Red fall behind 38-7, and now Stevens rolls out of the pocket, fires it middle of the field. It's caught by Eagle, the tight end, 35, and he is tripped up right there as they come up with big yardage. 26 yards on the hookup from Stevens to the tight end, Sean Eagle, and it's a first down for the Big Red as they cross midfield. 11:24 to go. Clock moves as they reset the chains. 1st and 10, Big Red working in Case territory now. They have been shut out since the first quarter. 38-7 Case. Nick Stevens calls out the signals. He will go back and hand it to Krimpaski, and flags come out.
False start on the right side of the line for Denison.
We'll mark this back 5 yards. They'll look at a 1st and 15. It'll be marked back to the 41-yard line. More football is coming up next weekend for Case. Next Saturday night, 1 week from tonight, again under the lights against the College of Worcester on the road against the Fighting Scots. And that will come your way on AM 1420 as well. We'll have coverage beginning at 7 p.m. next Saturday night. On the handoff, Krimpaski running around the right side, gets across the 40, and is tackled near the 37-yard line. Picked up 4 of the 5 they lost on the penalty.
Well, see, and that's a counter play that Denison pulled out there, and much slower to develop than the straight-ahead, almost sprint dive that they had been running earlier in the first half. But Krimpaski just basically sprinting to the line of scrimmage. That one he had to take a stutter step, move to his right, and wait for his offensive lineman to get out in front of him. Slower to develop. The Case defense simply outran it.
10-10 to go, third quarter. 38-7 Case. Second down, 11 for the Big Red. Working from the Case 37-yard line. Stevens to throw to the sideline. It's caught out there at the 30 and out of bounds.
Link Johnson with the catch. Nice hands above his head. Pulled it in. Didn't let the ball get by him.
Johnson, the senior out of Watertown, Massachusetts. And it is short of the first down. It'll be third down. A long 3 coming up. They mark the football on the 29-yard line of the Spartans.
Third down and 3 for the Big Red.
Case against the Oberlin Yeomen 2 weeks ago in that 41-6 win. Also built a commanding lead as they have done so tonight. Krimpaski gets the handoff again, tries to run over the left side this time, although more of that straight-ahead action, but the Spartans stop him.
That was Jake May there.
He is short of the first down.
Jake May, usually the nose guard, has moved over into defensive tackle situation, as Case has played most of a 4-man front tonight, and now Michael Harris has checked in for the Spartans. Looks like they've gone to a 5-man front on fourth down.
Yep, the Big Red will go for it here. Fourth down and 1. The football is on the 27. They need to get to the 26. And they are instead going to go for it. Stevens under center. Krimpaski lines up in the backfield. They will go back and hand to Krimpaski. Puts his head down, plows ahead.
Be close.
Looks to have it, as he really went in there with a head of steam, and we'll see once they sort it out where they spot the football. Again, they needed to get to the 26-yard line.
It's going to be close. A little surprised that they went a straight dive play. I thought with the athleticism of Stevens, they might try to play fake it and have Stevens roll out on a bootleg, as Case was expecting the dive play.
Yeah, they did stack the line with 5 defensive linemen, and they were there to meet Krimpaski. And they are going to measure this to see if he got the first down. It is very close.
If he has it, it's only by the front nose of the football. I don't think he got it by more than where the white stripe is on the ball.
We will stretch out the chains here. Case looking it over. And it cannot be more than an inch either way, and it is going to be Case football. Short of the first down, and it must have been an inch, Ed.
You could slide your credit card in between the nose of the football and the ends of the chain.
The Spartans take over on downs as the defense holds on 4th and 1. Well, the Case defense rises to the occasion, and they turn away the Big Red as they marched into Case territory. And with 9:07 to play, the Spartans come back out on offense, and Joey Baum takes over at quarterback for the Spartans, and he will throw on his first action of the football game. Hits Zach Holmick with a pass out across the 35, and the Spartans get a couple extra yards from Holmick after the catch, and he's tackled at the 37. It's an 11-yard gain and a first down. Joey Baum, the 6'1 junior out of Walsh Jesuit High School, taking over for Case. Now 7 of 9 on the season. 11-yard pickup there, so he has 38 yards passing now on the year. He was 5 of 6 against Oberlin for 26 yards in relief of Whalen in that game. 38-7 Case. Baum to throw again, goes deep downfield, was hit as he threw. There's a flag out on the coverage. Holmick was interfered with. Crowd doesn't like it. Defensive coverage provided by Drew Clannon, and they hit him with the flag.
And Drew Holmick came over complaining of the interference. And Zach Homick got up clapping. Now the question is, who's it against?
It's going to be against Zach Homick. So they hit the Spartans with the pass interference. Homick and Clannon were tangled up. And it is going to go against Case.
Well, on the previous possession, Denison was looking for the pass interference against Homick. Tyler Lambert was complaining about it. Apparently got in the ear of the official, and this time the flag did come out.
They will move it back to the 23-yard line. That's the line of scrimmage for Case, and it's first down and 25. They need to get out to the 48 for a first down. So a long field in front of Joey Baum, on in relief of Dan Whalen, who again will sit out the second half of a football game. They will throw this one out on the screen pass to Derek Bush. He makes the catch and steps out of bounds over the 25. And they will say he stepped out at the 28-yard line. Pickup of 5 on the play. That'll make it second down and 20. Case with the football and the 38-7 lead. Here on a crisp and cool night in Granville, Ohio. We're on the campus of Denison University. Joey Baum, the junior, calls out the signals from the shotgun and takes the snap back to throw. Now he flips it and is intercepted. Picked off by the Denison Big Red and run back. This will be picked off by Bill Ackerman. He is finally tackled out around the 29-yard line. And the interception gives it back to the Big Red.
Oh, Baum was under pressure, stepped up and tried to throw it to a crossing receiver. Never saw Ackerman coming from the right side of the defense. Almost looked like he was the intended receiver for the ball. Hit him right in the numbers.
So the Big Red gets the ball back at about the same spot they failed on fourth down a moment ago. Inside the 30-yard line, it's at the Case 28. 38-7 Case. Krimpaski lines up in the backfield behind Stevens. The freshman quarterback takes the snap. He'll go back and hand it to Krimpaski. Runs around the right side, and he's tripped up and tackled by Jeff Brown. Back at the 30-yard line. Nice play by the senior linebacker, Jeff Brown. Loss of 2 on the play. Second down and 12 coming up for the Big Red. Third quarter action in progress. 7:34 to go. Case, the 9th-ranked team in Division III.
Denison showing a 2 tight end set, both on the right side. One lined up as a wing. Eagle is tucked tight.
Now back to throw. Stevens fires it out in the flat. It's caught out there, 25, down to the 23-yard line. He hooks up with Corey Daff, the tight end, freshman out of South Hamilton, Mass. His first catch of the night. It'll be third down. They pick up a couple on that play, and it'll be third down and 3. So they pick up about 8 on the play. On the toss to the tight end. 38-7. Right now, third down and 4. They need to reach the 18-yard line. Football marked at the 23. So a long 4 to go for a first down. 2 receivers on the left. Now Stevens will go back, hand to Krimpaski, and he just dives into the pile. And he'll be well short of the first down.
Well, he followed Ryan Brandt, the senior fullback. Brandt only 5'6", 190 pounds. Not much of a lead blocker for your fullback. And really had no push when he entered the pile, and Krimpaski ran right up his back and picked up no yards.
Fourth down and 2. And they will again go for it here and see if the Spartans can again hold on a fourth down in their own territory. The football marked to the 21.
Look for a rollout or a pass to Lucas Graham on the weak side.
They fake the handoff, and now Stevens looks to throw, fires it downfield, and it is incomplete. A flag comes out as Stevens was knocked down, and we may have another roughing the passer penalty coming up. Jake May was back there, and he ran into Stevens and gets the flag.
Yeah, him, or they're going to get Michael Harris on the call, one of the two. And boy, that looked like one of those touch fouls in the lane in basketball where a player will stand outside the circle and then dribble drive, and somebody breathes on him and they give him a whistle and the foul.
It will give the Big Red a first down, and it will be moved up to the 10-yard line. First and goal. We'll see if they could get a first down as they set the chains here. It looks like they will be able to get a first down inside the 1. They mark it just outside the 10. Big Red with the football, 5:41 to go, third quarter, 38-7 Case. Back to handoff to Krimpaski, goes straight up the middle, gets to the 5-yard line, and is tripped up there. The Big Red now get inside the 5. Pick up a 5 for Krimpaski. They can get a first down just inside the 1. Spartans leading it by 31 points here. 3 touchdown catches for Nicely tonight, 1 by Homick. Whalen is out of the football game after throwing for over 250 yards.
Lucas Graham all alone, split 15 to the left, out near the numbers.
Stevens will go back and hand to Krimpaski, puts his head down, dives for the goal line, and he is in. Touchdown for the Big Red as Krimpaski runs in and scores his 4th touchdown of the season. 5-yard touchdown run for the Big Red and their senior runner, Nick Krimpaski. That makes it 38-13. And the extra point is forthcoming. Kevin Schneider on to attempt the PAT. Here is the snap, the hold, and it's blocked by the Spartans.
We can pick that up. Somebody better pick it up.
The Spartans finally dive on it
because
20 guys were standing there looking at the football.
Either team can pick that up and run it in.
It is college, and that is a live football. So the extra point fails. It's 38-13. Case leading it here with 4:53 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Back with more from Denison after this on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
How to explain the new RTA Healthline to a Monet painting.
How's it hanging, Monet painting? I've got news that will leave an impression on you. It's the RTA Healthline, a rapid transit line on Euclid Avenue that connects downtown with the cultural centers of University Circle. So now people will just get up and Van Gogh to see you, because it won't cost them a lot of Monet, right? Am I right? Wow, tough gallery.
The RTA Healthline, pumping new life into Cleveland.
This is Case Western Reserve football on News Talk 1420 WHK.
We play on in the third quarter. David Wilson, Ed Doherty here at Denison University's Piper Stadium. Very picturesque area here in Granville, Ohio. Beautiful campus here at Denison. I appreciate the hospitality here by Craig Hicks and his sports information staff. Here is the kickoff back to the Spartans after the Big Red score. This will be taken at the 11-yard line by Brian Medelsitz out to the 20, 25, hit and drop near the 28-yard line. And that's where the Spartans will take over behind the junior quarterback, Joey Baum, who has come on in relief of Dan Whalen. Another outstanding effort by Whalen in the first half and briefly in the second.
Officially on that drive, Dave, for Denison, 5 plays, 28 yards, and the Krimpaski 5-yard touchdown run capped off a 2-minute, 59-minute drive set up by the Joey Baum interception, and too close for comfort for Greg Debelak.
Yeah, Dan Whalen back in after taking a series off. He will hand this ball up the middle, and it is carried by Cameron Boyd, the sophomore out of Cincinnati, Ohio, his first carry of the night. Boyd runs ahead to the 39-yard line.
Boyd just one more on the wave of running backs that Case has on this roster. Very, very good-looking running back. Only a sophomore. bright future at Case Western, Cameron Boyd.
He picks up 9 on his first carry of the night. Whalen will again hand this one to Boyd. He tries to roam around the left side and turn the corner, and he won't be able to as he's wiped out behind the 35. Nicely defended by the Big Red. Getting in there, Taylor DeLoy, the 5'11 senior linebacker who tackled Boyd for a loss. Bill Deitman comes in the game. Cowdrick and Holmick are in on the left. Nicely in Colasar on the right. 4 receivers set with Deitman in the backfield. Whalen will go back and work from the shotgun. 38-13. 3:40 to go, third quarter. Whalen steps up in the pocket, fires it, and it is caught by Colasar out across the 45-yard line. He's down at the 47, and that will pick up 13 yards and give the Spartans a first down.
And Whalen, even in this situation, his instincts take over, and Whalen, his check down ability to move from receiver to receiver, very impressive. And with that, to look off a receiver really freezes the free safety, doesn't allow Drew Holmick to come over and really almost cherry pick which receiver is going to catch the football.
Again, 3 receivers in the game. Now they will hand the football off to Bill Deitman. Makes his way across midfield down to the 45 and tackled at the 44-yard line. Bill Deitman with another nice carry for the Spartans. In limited action tonight, he has racked up some impressive yardage. He will leave. Derek Bush will come on.
Deitman now at 50 yards on the evening on 4 carries.
Sutka is in at tight end. He picked up 8, second down and 2. Holmick alone on the left, 2 receivers on the right. Whalen under center, takes the snap, will fire it out to Colasar. The catch and run out to the 40, to the 35, and down to the 32-yard line. Ryan Colasar on the quick out, catches and finds some running room, and it's another first down for the Spartans all the way to the 31.
Boy, Sean nicely could have been called for a block in the back as he was coming back to clear away for Colasar. And a little run in with extended arms to a player, a Denison player in the back.
Nicely the slot receiver on the right. Colasar is wide right. Whalen takes the shotgun snap. Now he wants to run it himself. He's in trouble, dives out close to the line of scrimmage and gets back. Whalen unhappy about something as he's talking with Sean Nicely. So somebody ran the wrong route. Whalen came up after hitting the deck. A little upset. Bush leaves. Boyd comes back on at running back. Sutka will line up on the right side of the formation now at tight end. Colasar and nicely out wide to the right. Brian Webster has checked in for Case. They will hand this one to Cameron Boyd. He's grabbed from behind and jerked down on a nice defensive play by Bill Ackerman, who earlier had an interception for the Big Red.
Boy, if Ackerman doesn't grab him from behind, run that play down, Boyd has a convoy out in front of him, just ready to roll over the Big Red.
1:12 to go, third quarter, 38-13. Case leading. Whalen did leave for his series. Baum came in through the interception. Big Red ran in for a touchdown. Now less than a minute to go, third quarter, and Whalen checks off, and the Spartans will use a timeout. Whalen did not call that timeout. I'm not sure who did. Might have been Zach Holmick being told to do so from the bench.
It came from the bench as Denison was showing blitz.
We'll keep it right here during the timeout. 53 seconds left here in the third quarter. Great to have you with us tonight for Case Western Reserve football. The Spartans 3-0 on the season, ranked 9th in America by D3Football.com, which, by the way, is a terrific website if you're looking for news on the Division III level. And the Division III top 25 on that poll ad dominated by Ohio teams. Several Ohio teams, I think 6 the last time we counted, were in the top 25. Some scores today, by the way, that we were given earlier. Hiram today, Ed, giving this score, not only because Hiram is on the upcoming Case schedule, but just the severity of the score. They were beaten by Wittenberg today, 70-7.
Wittenberg is a a quality program, and talking to some people here at Denison and a couple of weeks ago with Oberlin, they think Wittenberg can compete with Wabash for the NCAC championship this year. So Wittenberg, no slouch of a team, and Hiram often in the lower tier of the NCAC.
3rd and 11. Wabash today, by the way, won by a score of 37-3 over Allegheny College. And number 13, Otterbein, one of those Ohio teams, defeated Heidelberg 49-20. Whalen back to throw on 3rd and 11. Coverage breaks down. Now he rushes out to the right side, turns the corner, stays in bounds, and then finally does step out near the 25-yard line. Flag is down. Case player shaken up on the play.
And if they're going to call a clip on that, I'll be amazed. That block came back, took out 2 players. I believe that was Derek Bush that came back.
Yeah, Derek Bush is the player down.
Bush came back and really laid his body out in a roadblock style and took out 2 Denison Big Red players, which sprung Whalen down the sideline. And Bush did a nice job of getting his head in front of both players, his shoulders in front of both. In fact, that's why he was down, was a knee from an opponent came in and hit him in the helmet.
He is jogging off the field under his own power now, and they will mark this off against the Case Western Reserve Spartans.
Horrible call. That's several tonight that they have made.
Yeah,
and I'm not usually hard on officials, but that was a nice clean block where Bush came back and threw his body out in front.
They will mark it all the way back to the 48-yard line, and the Spartans will be looking at a 3rd down and 36 to go.
And if they want to say it was below the waist, that's fine, but it was behind the line, and you're allowed to go below the waist if it's behind the line of scrimmage.
It is still in Denison territory. 28 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Snap goes back to Whalen. He's looking downfield, wants to let it fly, steps away from a tackler, keeps the football, directs traffic. He will fire it deep downfield, looking for Homick, and it is incomplete into the end zone. 4th down and 36 coming up, and Whalen will have to punt this one away with 14 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Well, Whalen had a lot of time to work with and was waving Homick and Colasar into the end zone. And we saw the arm string there from Dan Whalen. That was a very long throw across the field.
Yeah, from the near side numbers to the outside, the far side hash marks, the ball went 50 yards in the air, probably traveled close to 70.
Whalen averaging 44 yards a kick so far this year, and he will get this one off. Nice spiraling punt. It will land at the 16-yard line, take a Case bounce, and this one will end up inside the 5. All the way down to the 4-yard line of the Denison Big Red.
44-yard kick for Whalen, which is exactly his average. Whalen's only kicked 4 times this year now for Case.
2.6 seconds remain here in the 3rd quarter. And so the Big Red will run one play before the end of the 3rd quarter. Don't forget, coming up after the game, the Sports Fix with Nick Kubik, Vic Cortez, and Kevin Welsh. That's the Sports Fix until midnight tonight, coming up after Case Western Reserve football here on AM 1420. Stevens will work from his own 4. 1st and 10 for the Denison Big Red. 38-13 Case. They will hand it up the middle. And Krimpaski, the ball carrier, gets out across the 5, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Case leading at 38-13. The all-important 4th quarter is coming up next after this timeout on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Hey, out-of-town Spartan fans, are you looking forward to a long drive home after the game? If not, then spend the night, because at the Hampton Inn downtown, it's never been more convenient or affordable to stay in Cleveland. With special Case rates as low as $84 per night, you'll have enough money left over to visit all the great attractions and restaurants within a safe walking distance to Hampton Inn's East 9th and Superior location. Less than 5 miles from Case. Great location, complimentary continental breakfast, and plenty to do. Hampton Inn, a proud sponsor of Case Athletics.
How to explain the new RTA Healthline to an orange barrel on Euclid Avenue.
Look, here's the thing, Orange Barrel. We need you to leave Euclid Avenue and make way for the new RTA Healthline. It's going to connect Public Square with University Circle and bring in $4.3 billion in business development. And frankly, we think you'd just be in the way. I'm sure you understand. Oh, come on, Orange Barrel. Don't do that. Not here, Orange Barrel. Please. You're making a scene.
The RTA Healthline, pumping new life into Cleveland.
This is Case Western Reserve football on News Talk 1420 WHK.
15 minutes on the clock as we reach the fourth quarter here at Piper Stadium on the campus of Denison University. 38-13. They will hand the football to Krimpaski out to the 10-yard line at the 12 and forced out of bounds by Dan Calabrese. And the Spartans will give up a, well, see if that was close. It's very close to the first down. They needed to get to the 15.
Going to be a couple of yards short on third down. Couple of third quarter stats for you, Dave. Spartans 430 yards in total offense on 59 plays. Denison 201 yards in total offense in 50 offensive plays. So Case averaging nearly 7 yards per play. Denison just 4.
Mike Pelyak in there on the coverage, running Krimpaski out of bounds. Third down and 1, all the way out to the 13-yard line. They will hand this one again. Same play, coming around the right side. Krimpaski lost it out of bounds. And we'll see where they spot this one. It looks like it will be short.
They're going to give him the first down. They're going to mark him at the 14. The ball rolled out at the 12.
Yeah, they moved the chains already. It appeared when they had the chains set that he needed to get out to the 15, but
not that it's a close game or that it truly matters, but statistically wise, it's going to look like Case gave up a lot more yards than they should have. If Denison continues this drive, that ball was fumbled by Krimpaski as he got out near the hash marks on the sideline. Ball rolled out between the 12 and 13-yard line, and they put it up at the 14, actually at the 15, and called it a first down.
So right now, 1st and 10 from the Denison 14-yard line. Stevens is hit as he throws. The ball is incomplete. He went down hard and got rid of the football. Brad Paramore was in there to take out Stevens, but he did get rid of the football.
Calabrese will check out of the football game for Case. Derek Sharp will come in. Sharp, the sophomore defensive back out of Westchester, Ohio.
Minute gone by here in the fourth quarter. 38-13, Case leading it. Great to have you with us tonight for Case football. Case ranked 24th in the country in scoring defense at 13.67 a game, so slightly under that average tonight, having given up 13 so far tonight to the Big Red. Back to throw, Stevens again. Fires it downfield. It is going to be nearly intercepted. It's out of bounds. Almost picked off there by the Spartans. There defensively was Greg Kingscott, who has one interception tonight.
Ball was overthrown. It was intended for Sean Eagle on the near sideline here, but Stevens unable to step into his throw and threw it off his back foot, couldn't follow through as much as he wanted to, and the ball sailed high into a wave of white shirts, probably 4 or 5 defensive backs.
Spartans will line up defensively here on this 3rd down and 10 play from the Big Red 14-yard line. 38-13 Case. Spartans 3-0 on the season. Denison 1-2. They have lost 2 straight. And a whistle and I believe a timeout was taken by the Big Red.
I think Denison had 12 men on the field. They brought 1 off and 2 on. I think there were 12 men on the field for Denison.
Well, they avoid the penalty with the timeout. 13:36 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll step away and be back with more after this break on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
How to explain the new RTA Healthline to an Orange Barrel on Euclid Avenue.
Look, here's the thing, Orange Barrel. We need you to leave Euclid Avenue and make way for the new RTA Healthline. It's going to connect Public Square with University Circle and bring in $4.3 billion in business development. And frankly, we think you'd just be in the way. I'm sure you understand. Oh, come on, Orange Barrel. Don't do that. Not here, Orange Barrel. Please. You're making a scene.
The RTA Healthline, pumping new life into Cleveland.
This is Case Western Reserve football on News Talk 1420 WHK.
Third down and 10 coming up for the Denison Big Red as the Spartans come back out defensively. Stevens will work under center. Two receivers split to each side. One man in the backfield, one man in motion now. Now Stevens goes back to throw. Sets up, fires, far side. It is going to be incomplete. Overthrows his intended target. Looking for Andy Carpenter. Mike Pelyak was there defensively for the Spartans, and it's 4th down and 10, and the Spartans should get this one back near midfield. Dan Calabrese and Zach Homick will drop back near midfield.
Last time Denison punted, the ball sailed over the kicker's head. Another high snap.
Here is the punt. Spiraling kick out to the 45-yard line taken by Calabrese. He is hit and knocked down at midfield. That's where the Spartans will take over with 13:24 to go here in the 4th quarter. We mentioned Case, ranked in the top 25 in the nation in scoring defense. Came into tonight's game, Ed, ranked 19th in scoring offense at 39.67 points per game, so they're a little below that here tonight, but ranked among the top teams in both categories in Division III. And the most important stat there, 3-0 on the season and ranked 9th in the country. Joey Baum is back in at quarterback, keeps it himself, and is tackled at the line of scrimmage, back at the 50, 2nd down and 10 for Case.
Boy, Baum looked tentative going to the line of scrimmage there, Dave. It was a design quarterback draw that he kicked to the outside, to the right side of the formation. As he got to the line of scrimmage, he just kind of huddled around the football and waited for the hit to come to him.
Baum will work from the shotgun. He has 3 receivers in the game right now, and he'll swing this one out. It's caught by Middlesitz, runs toward the middle of the field. Flag is out. He outruns everybody down to the 25, to the 20, to the 10, the 5, and he's in for the touchdown.
That one's coming back. They're going to get Brian Webster on a clip.
Flag came out right as the catch was made. Middlesitz with great acceleration beat everybody. But as Ed said, this one will come back, and the Spartans will lose the touchdown scored on the pass play to Middlesitz.
Well, and that's a legitimate call this time. They could have gotten nicely earlier for the same play when Ryan Colasar caught the little bubble screen to the wide receiver. This time Middlesitz with the catch, but Webster lined out there as well. And the push in the back against the defender cost him 10 yards.
Now they move it back to the 40-yard line. So Baum will again set up in the shotgun. Same formation. Now Baum again will throw it out to Middlesitz. They'll try the same play. A little high on the throw there. Middlesitz comes down with it and gets back to the 49-yard line. So they pick up 9 of the yards they lost on the penalty.
Now, Case there could have been called for an ineligible man downfield as the throw from Baum was beyond the line of scrimmage. Screen passes behind the line. Your lineman can go downfield. That time the ball actually was ahead of the 40-yard line. Case had 4 linemen down near the 45 and no penalty.
Yeah, we were talking about that on the way down here today. Now Baum will again set up in the shotgun, fires it out. It's almost intercepted. Ackerman almost had a pick there.
That would have been his second of the football game.
Had one earlier, and that one goes down to the turf, and it's 4th down and 11. And the Spartans will be forced to punt the football away. Coming out to punt will be Josh Murphy. Murphy, the sophomore out of Kettering. The backup punter behind Dan Whalen. He'll get a chance to kick this one away.
I guess I don't understand that series of plays, Dave. You're leading by such a large margin. You're up 38-13. Just keep the clock running and head back to Cleveland with the win.
They come after the punt. Murphy gets it away, and this one will bounce into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Nice kick for Josh Murphy. And the Spartans will come out on defense. And I agree, Ed, a lot of passing on that last series. And now Denison gets the ball back, and why not just get this one in the books?
I mean, granted, they're safe passes. They're not downfield. You're not looking to stretch the field, but you had a penalty which stopped the clock, and then an incomplete pass which stopped the clock. Again, second-teamers, you want to see what they can do, but in this sense, after the way you played in the first quarter, it wasn't the best of 15 minutes. And a night game on the road, best to just get back on the bus and head back to Cleveland.
Krimpaski will get the call, and the first down play turns the corner, stiff arms a man, and drags him for a couple of extra yards all the way out to the 33. A nice 13-yard pickup by Nick Krimpaski of the Denison Big Red. So first and 10 for the Big Red, operating in their own territory. A lot of folks making the drive down here from Case. They're all still on the opposite side of the field here at Piper Stadium. Case leading at 38-13. Again, they keep it on the ground to Krimpaski, and he is leveled by Lee Sasala out at the 40-yard line as he picks up close to 7 more. Lee and Lucas Sasala this year, Ed, have combined to be a very good 1-2 punch defensively for the Spartans. A couple of leading tacklers on the team, the Sasala brothers.
Yeah, Lee Sasala's first with 24 tackles, and Lucas Sasala third on the team with 19. Combined, they have 2 tackle for losses, 2 interceptions, and a sack for the brother tandem at linebacker.
Second down and 3. Now Stevens looks to throw on the run and fires, and it's caught by Brandon Taylor as he slides down near midfield.
I think that was intended for Jeff Cochran, and Taylor just came back on the play and made the catch, but Cochran, I believe, was the intended receiver underneath at the 44-yard line.
Stevens was hit as he let go of that football, still got the completion out. He's done a nice job under a lot of pressure from the Spartans, and this is his first college start. He's a freshman out of L.A. 10:20 to play, fourth quarter, 38-13 Case. Stevens back, hands the football to Krimpaski, hits the line, and plows ahead for 4 more as he gets out to the 46-yard line. Second down and 6 for the Big Red coming up. Fourth quarter action, clock continues to move. The Spartans with 3 touchdowns from Whalen to Nicely tonight, another to Zach Homick. Homick, of course, playing against his brother in this game, Drew Homick of the Big Red. A lot of family and friends of the Homicks here for this game tonight. Now Stevens drops the football as he scrambles with it, picks it up, reverses direction, other side of the field, back to the 50, to the 45, and out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
Adam Watson gets up looking for a flag as he got hit in the back. Sean Eagle coming back to free Stevens. Had his helmet on the backside of Adam Watson and just knocked Watson down as he had Stevens in his sight. It turns into a 9-yard gain for Stevens. He circled all the way back to his own 40-yard line after dropping the football on the naked bootleg.
So they put it down at the 41-yard line of the Spartans. It is third down and 1. After all that, he was still a yard short of the first down.
Trevor Shaver is now in at nose guard. His Case will show a 5-man front.
Tight formation here for the Big Red. They will turn around and hand it to Krimpaski. Picks his way forward, has the first down. All the way out to the 37-yard line. Krimpaski picks up 4. He's racking up some impressive yardage tonight in what will likely be eventually a losing effort for the Big Red, but impressive nonetheless for the senior, Nick Krimpaski.
Krimpaski near 80 yards on the evening. As a team, Denison just over 50 yards rushing, but they lost nearly 40 yards on the bad snap on the punt. So as a team rushing attempt with major negative yardage.
And the bad snap turned into a Case touchdown on one play to Zach Homick. Now going deep downfield, Stevens, and looking for Lucas Graham, and the pass ends up sailing out of bounds near the 3-yard line. Incomplete. Graham was one-on-one with Kyle Snyder, the freshman DB out of Stowe. Second down coming up for the Big Red. 2nd and 10 from the Case 37-yard line. They'll be in Worcester next week. A team that beat the Big Red 27-6.
The Baird Brother Trophy on the line.
And we'll hand this one to Crawford. Dan Crawford carrying the football. And he gets a couple of yards. They're looking at a long 3rd down now at the 8-minute mark of the 4th quarter. It is actually the Big Red trailing in the game, keeping it on the ground.
Confusing. Kevin Drake, the offensive right tackle for Denison, is back in the football game, but you can see he's laboring. And yet they continue to run to the right side of the formation. They're really counting on this junior, Kevin Drake. Drake from Norwalk, Ohio. Really struggling to do anything.
Krapowski lines up, throws a block,
and he just
flag comes out, and Stevens is still on his feet, running upfield. He gets spun around by Brad Paramore and is finally taken out near the 30-yard line, but this one will come back.
Yeah, Kevin Drake, we just mentioned him, struggling on Adam Watson and just dragged Watson down as Adam Watson beat him to a spot inside. Drake had no choice. He can't move as well as he has, because his left knee is severely taped. And Watson cut to the inside, which for Drake is his inside, is his left. Couldn't put any weight on his left knee and had to pull down Watson.
So holding against the Big Red. And they will mark it all the way back to the 44. Still operating in Case territory, but now a 3rd down and 17. Stevens will work under center. 2 receivers flanked out to the left. Krapowski in the backfield. Stevens back to throw. Looks downfield. Hit as he lets it go. And it is going to be almost intercepted. Incomplete as the Spartans got back defensively. Derek Sharp deflected the ball. And then it was almost caught for an interception by Zach Haas, who had an interception earlier this year.
Haas had that lined up, was waiting for it to come down, and here came Sharp over the middle and got a hand on it.
Stevens really took a hit as he let loose with that throw. It's 4th down and 17 now.
Yeah, that was Michael Harris, and Schaefer was exposed, or Stevens was exposed as Harris got in there, and Harris put his shoulder into Stevens' rib cage.
So Stevens back to throw here on 4th and 17. He'll let it go down to the release valve receiver, Greg Jones. Jones, the sophomore, makes the catch well short of the 1st down back at the 36-yard line. They pick up 8. And the Spartans will take over here with 6:56 to play in the 4th quarter. 38-13, the Spartans leading it. Offense will come back out. Big Red unable to move the ball that time. And Joey Baum will come back out. He has Cameron Boyd in the backfield. Metalsitz lines up at wide receiver, far right. Brian Webster is in the game, slot left. Now they will hand the ball to Boyd. Makes his way upfield, crosses the 40, out close to the 45-yard line before he is hauled down. Pickup of 9 for Cameron Boyd. Clock continues to move now with 6:45 to play in the football game. The Spartans well on their way to their 25th consecutive regular season win. Spartans moved up a spot in the poll last weekend, even though they did not play. Ranked 9th in the country.
Only a few points behind the number 8 slot as well.
Joey Baum calls out the signals. The junior quarterback runs straight ahead with it after taking the snap, and he has the 1st down. So Baum, the quarterback keep, gets the 1st down for Case. By the way, we mentioned it on the broadcast 2 weeks ago. Greg Debelak picking up his 37th career coaching win in that game against Oberlin, and thus becoming the winningest coach in Case Western Reserve history, in the history since the merger. Out to midfield, Boyd carrying the football again for Case. Picks up a couple of yards there. Greg now 37-19 on his way to win number 38 tonight. So congratulations in order. There's a very nice interview with Greg Debelak available at case.edu talking about that milestone win.
Reserves in across the board. Offensive line and the wide receivers. Bryce Coleman now in at tight end.
Eric Street is in the game, wide receiver, sophomore out of Barberton, Ohio. They will keep it on the ground and hand up the middle. Boyd again getting some carries and worked into the running mix for Case.
It's actually Bill
it was Bill Deitman back in the game. Deitman carrying that time for Case. It'll be third down as Bill carries across midfield down to the 47-yard line of the Big Red.
Colin Repko in at the slot receiver on the right side.
So Baum will hand this one again to Deitman. Comes around the right side, turns it back upfield. Dives out close to the 43-yard line. They needed to make the 43 for the first down.
Again, Case trying to milk the clock, but Dave, they're snapping the football with 14 and 15 seconds left on the play clock.
That will be short of the first down. It'll be 4th down and 1 for the Spartans.
Well, they hustle to the line, and he gets them set. Again, confused by the clock management.
Joey Baum trying to get the first down. He does as he gets some good push in front and gets out to the 40-yard line. So another first down for Case. Both teams with 2 timeouts left. It's unlikely that Denison will try and stop the clock here, trailing by 25. 38-13 Case, nicely with 3 touchdowns tonight. Homick with 1. Whalen with some more impressive yardage tonight. 4 more touchdown passes, giving Dan Whalen now 19 touchdowns on the year. Joey Baum calls out the signals. Working from the shotgun now on 1st and 10. 3 receivers set. They will hand this one to Boyd. He's caught in the backfield. Tries to spin away and finally is brought down back at midfield. That will go down for a loss of about 7 yards. 2nd down and 17 coming up for Case.
Drew Hanna coming off the field. Hanna, the defensive end from University School Hunting Valley for the Denison Big Red.
3 minutes, 5 seconds to go in this football game as the Spartans count it down to their 4th win of the season. A sometimes sloppy effort tonight, but getting the job done. Cameron Boyd gets the call, straight upfield, gets out across the 40 near the 36-yard line. Well, this guy is running hard tonight and picking up some good yardage as he peels off 11 yards there. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
Boyd will check out. Here comes Bill Deitman.
Deitman back in. He'll set up to Baum's right. Joey in the shotgun. And now he turns around to check the play clock, Ed, and wants to wait.
Well, he's got a play clock right in front of him at the other end of the field.
Turns around, his favorite play clock is behind him.
Staring one down between the hash marks.
Now he will try and run it himself as he tries to break around the right side, and he gets leveled back there. Lost 1 on the play at least. Clock moving now with under 2 minutes to go. Next Saturday night we'll be on the air at 7 o'clock. And hopefully we'll be on for kickoff against the Worcester Scots. And that's next Saturday night right here on AM 1420. Don't forget, coming up after our postgame show tonight, the Sports Fix with Nick Kubik, Kevin Welsh, and Vic Cortez. That'll take you till midnight right here on AM 1420. Now the Spartans will again let the play clock go down, and I believe they take a timeout.
No, they'll take the penalty.
They just let the penalty take place, so it'll be 4th down for the Spartans, and they stop the clock with 1:20 to play here in the 4th quarter. Well, Ed, I guess you look at positives in any game. plenty of those tonight, but also some negatives for the Spartans to work out this week before taking on a Worcester team that beat up on this Denison squad pretty well.
Well, I think the positive is the way the defense reacted to the quick charge that Denison put forth in the first quarter, especially with the new look offense Denison brought out.
Here's the punt by Josh Murphy, and a nice case bounce, and it will be downed inside the 10. That one rolls all the way to the 5-yard line. Another nice punt for the Spartans, this time by Josh Murphy.
And I think you have to look at the way that Dan Whalen really kind of reined in his offense. As sloppy as it was in the first half, Whalen still just willed his team to 3 scores in 9 minutes and shut the door on any Denison threat there really was.
Yeah, there was a point in the game when it was 10-7. You had a thought that this might be made a much more competitive situation than Case envisioned, but the Spartans then decided to take matters into their own hands and, as Ed said, really put the screws to the Big Red with those 3 touchdown passes to Nicely, which helped extend the lead out, and Zach Homick had the 12-yard touchdown pass in the second half to really break the backs of the Big Red. 38-13, and now under a minute to go. Big Red with the football. 40 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Spartans will notch their 25th consecutive regular season win with this road victory here tonight against Denison. Keep the football on the ground, and that will likely be the final play of the football game.
A couple of pushes and shoves and a couple of holds, and how appropriate that neither were called.
They will spot the football here with 13 seconds left, but that will be it. Denison says, we are finished. Nick Fletcher and Greg Debelak will shake hands, as will the squads at midfield, and the ball game is over as the Spartans come away with a 38-13 win here tonight in Granville, Ohio. Ed and I will have our post-game coverage coming up. We will review the scoring. We will check the stats. We'll have our play of the game as well. That's when we continue from Granville coming up after this timeout on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Looking for an extraordinary dining experience where you enjoy the ambiance as well as the menu? Table 45 Restaurant and Bar is the award-winning restaurant in the Intercontinental Cleveland, offering world cuisine created by accomplished local chef Zach Brule. The atmosphere at Table 45 is relaxed yet inspiring, with weekday chill-out happy hours, a behind-the-scenes chef's table, a lunch and 45 express menu, and monthly interactive cooking demonstrations. 216-707-4045 for reservations. That's 216-707-4045 or visit tbl45.com.
This is Case Western Reserve Football on News Talk 1420 WHK.
Quiznos at the Circle is proud to team up with Case Athletics as a platinum sponsor. Quiznos offers the great taste of fresh, hot, toasted subs. Great food just goes well with great athletics. Mention that you heard this ad during the Case football game and receive $1 off a regular sub and $2 off if Case wins today. Offer good till Tuesday, so hurry in to Quiznos on the Circle. If the Spartans win, so do you. Quiznos, the best damn sandwich in the land. Quiznos at the Circle and Case Athletics, partners in excellence. Quiznos. Toasty.
Looking for a convenient and upscale hotel for your next visit to Case? The Doubletree Hotel Cleveland Downtown Lakeside is an official hotel sponsor for Case Athletics. Just 10 minutes from campus, the Doubletree offers the Stadium 3 Bar and Grill, Starbucks, the Sweet Dreams bedding package, attached parking, complimentary shuttle, indoor pool, and a warm Doubletree cookie at check-in. Contact the hotel at 216-241-5100 for a special $89 rate. We'll take care of you while you cheer on the Spartans. The Doubletree Hotel Cleveland Downtown Lakeside, a proud sponsor of Case Athletics.
Hi, my name is Bob Wintermute. I'm from Concord, California. What I like most about Andy Willoughby's three-step plan is that financially we are making a decent living. My goal when we first started was for my wife to retire. Praise God, she retired January 31st of this year, and we were able to replace her income. And she's now home with me, and we work the business together. Because of Andy Willoughby's three-step plan, we're able to live a life that we would not be able to if we didn't have that to work with. Our economy has gone up. I'm not afraid of today's economy because I've got this business, this plan behind me. It's amazing. It works. It helps in any way that you need to be what you want to be and have the funds to do it.
Hi, how in the world are you anyway? I'm Andy Willoughby. Go to 3stepplan.com or call 800-305-5482. 800-305-5482.
This is Case Western Reserve Football on News Talk 1420 WHK.
Well, the Spartans extend their winning streak to 5 on the season, now 25 consecutive regular season wins as they wrap up a 38-13 win over the Denison Big Red here in Granville, Ohio. This is how we got there. For the Spartans, they opened the scoring on their opening drive, took an 8-play, 50-yard drive right down the field, 3 minutes, 20 seconds, and Sam Coffey put the Spartans up 3-0 on a 37-yard field goal, 11:40 to play in the first quarter. Case would extend that lead to 10-0 in the first quarter when Corey Chekin would get a 2-yard touchdown run, his first rushing touchdown of the season, his second overall score on the campaign. The Spartans put together a 10-play, 78-yard drive, and with 6:44 to play in the first quarter, the Spartans led 10-0. Then the Denison Big Red got a little bit of a spark, and with under a minute to play in the first quarter, they had closed to within 3 on an 11-yard touchdown pass from Nick Stevens to Lucas Graham. So after the first 15 minutes of play, Case was up 10-7 on Denison. But then the Spartans would simply say enough of the bad play throughout the first 15 minutes, and in a 9-minute period, Dan Whalen and Sean Nicely connected on 3 touchdown passes. At 9:43 of the second quarter, Nicely caught a 7-yard touchdown pass. 3 minutes later, at the 6:36 mark, he had a 13-yard touchdown pass reception. And with under a minute to play, 43 seconds to play in the half, Sean Nicely caught his 3rd touchdown of the evening, capping a 6-play, 53-yard drive for the Spartans as they scored again to close out a half. Case took a 31-7 lead to the halftime locker room. Denison took the ball first in the second half, went 3 and out, but on their punt attempt, the ball sailed over the punter's head. It was recovered by the punter at the 12-yard line. Case would take over, and on the first play from scrimmage, Case would put the game out of hand.
And now Case with the football at the Denison 12-yard line. Dan Whalen will step back, quick timing route to the corner of the end zone, looking for Homick, and he makes the catch. It's a touchdown, Spartans. One play on the drive and a 12-yard touchdown pass from Whalen to Zach Homick.
It took all of 4 seconds for Case to extend their lead to 38-7 in the third quarter. Denison would get a 5-yard touchdown run late in the third quarter by Nick Krimpaski. It capped a 5-play, 28-yard drive that came off a Case turnover. Joey Baum had thrown an interception, and Denison took over deep in Case territory, capitalized following a Case penalty on a 4th down play, and converted it into 6 for Denison. The extra point was blocked, and that was it for the scoring. Case would lead 38-13. The teams would feel each other out, knock each other around in the fourth quarter. The final 15 minutes, no scoring occurred, and that was the final on the football game. 38-13, Case a winner tonight in Granville, now 5-0 on the season, and have won 25 in a row during the regular season. We'll take a timeout, come back for another segment of our post-game show here from Granville. You're listening to Case Western Reserve University football on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
I have this cool cash. What can I do with it? You can turn it into a hot meal at Rascal House. It's the best value in town. What do they have there? Buckets of wings, pasta, sandwiches, salads, and of course, great pizza. Are they open late? You bet. Open every night till 2:30 a.m. And you can even build your own pizza and order it online at rascalhousepizza.com. Cool! See you at the Spartans game? Yep, and see you after at Rascal House.
Hey, out-of-town Spartan fans! Looking for a comfortable and affordable hotel? The Hampton Inn Downtown features well-appointed guest rooms within a safe walking distance to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Great Lakes Science Center, Brown Stadium, Progressive Field, and many restaurants. Located at East 9th and Superior Avenue, the Hampton Inn Downtown offers an extensive complimentary continental breakfast each morning. Just minutes away from the Case campus, the Hampton Inn Downtown is the perfect place for out-of-town Spartans fans. Ask for special Case rates as low as $84 per night. Affordable and within safe walking distance to downtown Cleveland's restaurants and attractions. Hampton Inn Downtown, an official hotel of Case Athletics.
This is Case Western Reserve Football on News Talk 1420 WHK.
Ed Doherty alongside Dave Wilson tonight in Granville, Ohio at Denison University as the Spartans win tonight. They are now 4-0 on the season. I called them 5-0, gave them an extra win in the previous segment. 4-0 for the Spartans after a 38-13 win over the Denison Big Red. Some team and individual statistics for you. Case on the evening, 57 yards rushing, 309 yards passing, 466 yards in total offense on 71 plays. They averaged just under 7 yards per play, did the Spartans. Denison, on the other hand, 91 yards rushing, 179 yards passing, 270 yards in total offense on 68 plays. The Denison Big Red averaging less than 4 yards per play tonight. For the Spartans, they had the ball for 29 minutes, 33 seconds. Denison had the advantage tonight, a 57-second advantage. They had the ball for 3 minutes and 27 seconds. Third down conversions. Case came into the football game converting nearly 50% of their third downs. They were 4 of 10 tonight, 0 of 4 in the second half. They were 4 of 6 at halftime. So mainly with the first unit tonight, Case looked very strong on third down. Denison 3 of 13, most of those coming in the fourth quarter. At one point, Denison was 1 of 10 on third down conversions. The Spartans converted 1 of their 2 fourth down opportunities. Denison converted just 1 of 4, and the big number on the stat sheet for a team, Case 6 of 6 in red zone scoring. Denison was 2 of 3. The big one, a defensive stand for the Spartans. They gave it up in their own red zone, or they allowed the Big Red to get into their own red zone on a 50-yard pass and penalty play, and the defense held strong and allowed no points on that trip by the Denison Big Red. Individually for Case, they were led by Dan Whalen. Whalen on the evening, 22 of 31, 284 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Joey Baum in relief was 3 of 5 for 25 yards. He did have an interception tonight. Receiving-wise, Sean Nicely led the team, 5 catches, 52 yards. Colasar led the team in yardage tonight, 90 yards receiving for Ryan Colasar on 4 catches. Tim Cowdrick and Zach Homick each with 3 catches. Cowdrick amassed 45 yards, and Homick had 37. Rushing-wise, they were led by Bill Deitman. Deitman 51 total yards on 6 carries. Greg Meyer had 47 yards. He carried the ball 7 times. Cameron Boyd in the fourth quarter netted out at 19 yards, although he did gain 32. He had 1 big loss late in the fourth quarter for a -10, and that cost him on the stat sheet. Boyd ran the ball 7 times. Corey Check 5 carries, 16 yards. Still none of those 4 losses. So this season, Corey Check has yet to lose yardage on a play, and in his career only has 6 carries for negative yardage for the senior. For Denison, Nick Stevens, the freshman, in his first start, 14 of 28 through the air, 179 yards. He had a touchdown and 2 interceptions. Sean Eagle led the way for the Big Red, 4 catches, 59 yards. Brandon Taylor had 60 yards receiving on 3 catches. Krempaski and Graham each with a catch apiece. Graham's went for a touchdown of 11 yards. On the ground, Krempaski led the way, 99 yards rushing on 28 carries, had a touchdown and a long of 13 yards. Dan Crawford, as the backup running back, 4 carries for 11 yards. Josh Atkins had 2 carries for 7 yards for the Denison Big Red. Overall, Case, not their most impressive win, kind of disjointed on offense in the first quarter, and defensively they had to adjust to seeing a rookie quarterback who they had no film on, as Stevens made his first start and really balanced out a Denison attack that preferred to run the football. So Denison threw something new at Case. The defense adjusted, made a nice second and third quarter appearance. The offense sputtered along. They had a spurt where they erupted for 21 points in 9 minutes, but overall not the smoothest of effort for the Case Spartans, but they do come away with a 30-13 win. We'll take our final time out here from Granville, Ohio. When we come back, Dave Wilson will rejoin me We'll wrap up tonight's game and look ahead to next week as Case takes on Worcester 1 week from tonight. All that right after this. You're listening to Case Western Reserve University football on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Everyone needs rest for the mind and body. Plan your R&R getaway at the Intercontinental Cleveland or Intercontinental Suites Cleveland with the Cleveland Plus Pass package starting at only $155 per night, plus tax. Treat yourself to comfortable accommodations, overnight valet parking, and a 2-day Cleveland Plus Pass to as many as 10 nearby attractions. The Intercontinental is located just 1 mile west of University Circle in Cleveland's Cultural Corridor. Call 216-707-4100. That's 216-707-4100. Or visit intercontinentalcleveland.com.
Are you looking for somewhere to go after the game? Then come head down to the Euclid Tavern and enjoy our great food and entertainment. We'll be your football headquarters all season long, playing all the top games on our big screen TV. Plus, stop in with an appetite throughout the week and take advantage of our delicious food specials. Tacos are 50 cents on Tuesdays, 35-cent wing nights on Wednesday, and be there on Thursdays for college ID night with a live DJ. Come check out the Euclid Tavern, located on Euclid Avenue, just minutes from the Case campus.
Men, are you thinking about the health of your prostate? Recently, New Vitality Health Products gave away thousands of free bottles of the supplement Beta Prostate. Due to incredible demand, they're giving away more free bottles of Beta Prostate to any new customers who call now. Beta Prostate is packed with plant sterols that support your prostate health. Remember, your prostate affects urine flow, sleeping habits, intimacy, and overall quality of life. Beta Prostate is so powerful, you'd have to take 100 saw palmetto capsules in order to get the same natural plant sterols as one Beta Prostate. And if you haven't tried Beta Prostate yet, you can call right now for a free bottle. You only pay shipping and handling. Call 1-800-538-1697. This offer is limited to one free bottle per household. Give your body nutrition that targets the prostate. Call now and try Beta Prostate for free. Call 1-800-538-1697. That's 1-800-538-1697. That's 1-800-538-1697.
This is Case Western Reserve Football on News Talk 1420 WHK.
Back one final time here at Piper Stadium. Beautiful facility.
WHK, Cleveland. The following
Denison
program's
University.
views, claims, and/or represent.
Back here on the campus of Denison University, David Wilson, Ed Doherty back here one final time for our Case Western Reserve postgame show. 38-13, your final score. Case a winner. Sean Nicely with 3 touchdowns tonight, giving him now 5 on the season. And his final touchdown.
The following program's view
on the final play of the first half. Football is on the 6, first and goal. Case, 49 seconds left, second quarter. Whalen to throw, wings it out to Nicely. He makes the catch, and it's a touchdown Spartans as Nicely hauls in his 3rd touchdown of the night. This time a 6-yard strike from Dan Whalen. Whalen with 4 touchdowns on the night as the Spartans cruise to a 38-13 win. One impressive stat, Ed, that noticed on the stat sheet: no sacks given up tonight by the Spartans' offensive line. Dan Whalen nor Joey Baum were sacked.
Well, Dan Whalen was under some pressure. It took some adjustment for the Case offense early on. Again, the first quarter not as impressive as it could have been. Started out slow after really taking that opening drive. They went right down the field, got a quick 3, and then sputtered along for another 15 minutes or so. Only got 1 score, and we're really struggling with some of the adjustments that Denison made. But overall, that final 9 minutes of the first half, Case really put it together and showed why they're the 9th best team in the country.
Well, we pack it up, head to Worcester for next week's game as the Spartans will travel down to take on the Fighting Scots in the night game next Saturday night. 1 week from tonight, Under the Lights will be on the air at 7 o'clock next Saturday night right here on AM 1420 WHK and on the internet at case.edu. And that will be a big test for the Spartans. Worcester, always a formidable opponent. They handled Denison equally as well as Case did tonight.
Well, and the Scots always play well at home. Case has had some trouble with them in the past. The last couple of years, Case has come away with a victory, finally got that monkey off their back, got the trophy back for the first time since the early 90s. So overall, the Spartans will have to go down and play in a place that they haven't won in nearly 20 years, and that's at Worcester. So the big test ahead of them, and to continue that winning streak and their path to a 3rd consecutive postseason appearance.
All right, that's Ed Doherty. We'll Look forward to your commentary again next weekend as we reconvene down at Worcester. Special thanks tonight to our studio engineer tonight, Kevin Welsh, on a job well done back at the WHK studios. Also, thanks to Craig Hicks, the Sports Information Director here at Denison University, for his help with stats tonight. Thanks to Craig Yantz, and again, congratulations to Craig, the Sports Information Director at Case Western Reserve University, tonight inducted into the Midview High School Athletic Hall of Fame. Now, that will wrap up our broadcast coverage from Granville, Ohio. For my partner, Ed Doherty, David Wilson, saying goodbye from Denison. And again, the final score tonight, it was Case 38 and the Denison Big Red 13.